Here he is, the bloke who knows Adobe, the host of Creative Suite TV, Mike McHugh.
Thank you everyone, and as usual you're all too kind, but I'm not my normal chirpy self today. I'm feeling a little bit emotional because, sorry, I promised I wouldn't. I'm feeling quite emotional because finally, after episodes and episodes and years of Creative Suite TV, we've finally been recognised that this is not just my trophy, this is for all of you valuable viewers out there that have tuned in week after week for just another episode of punishing tutorials. Thanks again for tuning in. I better just go straight to the tip because I'm just a little bit too emotional today. Thank you. We're going to learn quite a few tips in this particular tip today. There's a few things involved and some really cool stuff that you'll be able to put into practice straight away. Illustrator CS3 is in fact the 13th version of Illustrator. We can see that right there, saying 13. So that's an excellent thing, isn't it? So 13. What are we going to do? First of all, I need to explain about what the difference between the filter and the effect menu might in fact be. Okay, filter on the left, effect menu on the right. And a lot of people don't realize what the difference is because there seems to be a lot of duplication in between them. Let's start off with the old square box method. So, filter, stylize, rounded corners. We're going to start off with rounded corners here, and I'll put that in at say 10 millimeters because we like to use millimeters here, and press OK. Standard. That's what we would expect. And you can see that in each of the corners that you get the little points there. Okay, that's normal. But that's what we call a destructive workflow. Because if I wanted to then go back and edit the radius of those corners, it's a start again. Now in this case it's very simple, but as you may well know, artwork in Illustrator can become complex very, very quickly. The shape on the right, we're going to use the effect. So remember, the one on the left, filter, the one on the right, effect. Down to stylize and round corners. Again, we're going to do 10 millimeters. This time we have the bonus of a preview button, but we won't bother with that, and we press OK. So the difference here is going to be in outline mode. This is what's happening. The shape on the left has been permanently changed. The shape on the right is still actually a square, but with a rounded corner effect applied to it. The big difference is when we go to edit this or scale it, and I know a number of you out there have got clients that use rounded corners on things, and when you try to anamorphically or disproportionately scale something, that happens, and it's so ugly. But what about this one on the right? I change that, and look, the rounded corners stay exactly rounded, and that's excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and delete those. Well, actually, no, I won't. I'll just put them back for a sec because I did mention that this one here on the left is, well, it's destroyed pretty much. This one here on the right has got rounded corners applied to it. So if I wanted to change it, I can simply double click that in the appearance palette and change it back to, oh, I don't know, let's say 5 millimeters. Press OK, and it updates straight away. So the filter menu is bad, the effect menu is good, and the appearance palette helps you edit these things. Okay, moving on quickly. This bit of text. If you want to apply an appearance to text, here's what you do. The pop-out menu and say Add New Fill, okay, or a new stroke, and this allows us to apply lots of different things to text. Things that you normally wouldn't be able to do, like a gradient. Oh my goodness, that's ugly. Let's choose a different gradient. So under here I can come down and do fruits and vegetables. That will be fine. I'll go ahead and choose a nice fruit and vegetable. Let's choose a carrot. There you go. And there you have a gradient inside text. Didn't think it could be done. Well, it can be. Another thing, change the stroke. If I go ahead and want to keyline some text, and I think you can see where I'm going here, if I increase the keyline around this text, you see it goes in front of the fill and the letter forms are changed. The way we used to do this is copy and paste a version of this behind what we're working on. Not anymore. You just grab the stroke and drag it behind the fill. Stroke stays in front. Fill stays in front, stroke goes behind. I can even duplicate that stroke by dragging and dropping it onto the new thing icon, and then increase that stroke weight and even give that one a different color again. So, and make sure it's behind. I've got the wrong one selected there. One in front can be in white, the one behind can be in a different color, and it's all really cool. I can go ahead and duplicate that once more if I like. That can be even thicker. Say, that's not thicker, but that certainly is thicker. And I can have as many different key lines around the outside of my text as I like. The beautiful thing is I can apply any effects to any of these things, or any of these features or attributes. I can use the transform here, and I can simply move it to the left and move it down, turn a preview on, and you can see how easy it is to start manipulating graphics that way. The best thing about this is it is editable, so I can change that text from dude and then straight away back to sweet. And what does mine say? Dude. I think you get the idea. It's still editable text. It's a great way of working. This is in fact a graphic style. So any of these combinations of fills, strokes and effects can be saved as a graphic style by clicking and dragging and dropping it into the graphic styles panel. Okay, so very easy to do. We simply go to add new stroke or add new fill, give them a color, and I'm just going to do one more here real quick just to show you that if you like to, you can even use these, and I'm bringing out my brushes over here. You can see there's some built-in brushes. I can use these to apply brush strokes around the outside of live text. You see that? I can even duplicate that again and choose some radical brushes here. This great big huge wacky brush around the outside, and change the color of just one of the individual strokes, and I've gone from creating something from the 70s to creating some very grungy looking text. So whatever your taste is, there is definitely something there for you. Hope you enjoyed that. Well, I'm terribly sorry about my emotional outburst before the show. I'm certainly over it now. Thanks again for tuning in to episode 47, and hopefully you learned something a little bit about Illustrator CS3. It's one of my favourite tips, that one. You'd never have guessed it. We'll see you again real soon on Creative Suite TV. Out of here.